Bam! After dark. Hey, look at that. Woo! Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, everyone, for coming out here. For some of you people, it's a very reasonable time, and for some of you, it's a very unreasonable time. I'd like to welcome everyone from Australia, or anyone from that side of the globe who usually can never make a stream because the time zones are so screwy. Welcome! Nice to have you here for probably one of the first times for many of you. All right. Lieutenant Victor, LT Victor asks a great question. Are all the add-ons broken? The answer is, well, I don't know. As far as I can tell, pretty much not. I have gone and stripped down my add-ons as much as possible to minimize the chance that there's any problem, but as far as I can tell, it mostly works pretty well. So I have nothing that interferes with roads or interacts with buildings in any way whatsoever. I made sure to get that rid of. I haven't hit any problems, but just in case, I went ahead and did that. I've just got the automatic bulldozing, the all 25 areas purchasable, the tree brush, and automatic emptying put in there, and no more purple. I don't like the purple pollution stuff. I just want it to look green, and that'll be fine. Actually, if you can't make it to the live stream, I am uploading some YouTube videos right now, or actually the first one probably just went live, where I'm playing the game as well, and some of these mods are in there, so we can confirm that they work. I'm going to put on the unlock all, just to speed up the start of the game, so that we have access to all the roads, all the types of buildings right away. Because it clears all the milestones right from the start, you do start with more money, but you have to spend it really fast, because right from the beginning, people need hospitals, they need fire stations, they need police stations, and then you're building all those right from the start when you don't actually have a tax base, so you spend the first little bit of your city, losing $2,000 or $3,000 a tick. So it doesn't necessarily make it easier. In fact, it makes it a little bit easier to screw up, but it does make it a lot faster in the start, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Casa, thank you very much for the sub. Also, anyone else who I missed in the introduction over there. I was going to scroll back and see, but I can't. It's already out of my logs, which is very, very, very annoying. Thank you, Windows, for doing a little sound there. Chino, thank you very much for the subscription. Brand new subscriptions. All right. Will you start on a European theme map? So, the other thing I didn't do is I didn't download any custom maps. Just in case. I think it's probably fine. As far as I can tell, it's fine. But just in case, I didn't include or download any custom themed maps. The last live stream, we did play on a European themed map. And my current YouTube videos that are online or going online today are on Cliffside Bay, which is a European themed map. We could do one more European themed one. That is a possibility. Which would be, what, one of these top three? I think that's it. After that, it stops being European, doesn't it? Yeah, we can do that. Foggy Hills, Grand River. I haven't played on either one of these. So, Grand River has more buildable tiles, but no oil. I mean, I don't know if I'll want to make the oil. Tell you what, we'll go Foggy Hills. We'll have all the resource types, and that'll be fine. Good? Excellent. Oh, we need a town name as well. If you guys have some ideas, let's get this started, and then we'll talk about some city names. How's that? Oh, hey, you got the first donation of the day. Thank you very much. Yadasi. Thank you so much for streaming at a decent time for Australia. I would do it more often, but this is a bit early for me, generally speaking. Thank you so much for that, for the support. There we go. All right, we're going to start with everything unlocked. Boom. Boom. Game, so far, looks pretty similar. Already there might be a little bit of lighting difference, and the sun does move in the sky. Down over here, I'm going to pause it. Down over here on this little indicator, we've got a little symbol for the sun you might be able to see near the top. So that will cycle around. We've got a day-night cycle. It's not just cosmetic. Some of the traffic flow is different at night, and some of the buildings change purposes between day and night because some things are open and closed. Nightclubs open, that sort of thing. Some good ideas out there. Fogbury, the Dark City, Quillshire, Brussels by Night. Neptune City. I feel like I should know that reference. Is that a Veronica Mars reference? I think so. New Dark City. Gotham. I'm hoping it doesn't have that much crime, but it might be fun. I would like maybe to differentiate this clearly from the non-live streamed city. So maybe getting like live or Twitch or something in the title. That might be a good idea. Brussels back in, of course. We should probably do something like that. Have some requests for Pluto. Never Sleep Town. Nightopolis. Dark Brussels. Darkshire. Brussels, Vegas, yeah. I do like the Vegas idea. Especially if we want to make the sort of tourism area. Dark Stream. Oh, well, there's a stream in here. This could be Stream Town. I mean, it's a river more than anything else. Dark Stream, Dark Side, Twitchville. Twitchingham. I like it. Can I not rename it right now? Maybe you have to wait until I build some more, but you can rename it down here. So we'll go with something like that. All right, let's start our building. So let's take a look at our immediate area. Now, we can't see the entire map right now until we buy some more of the tiles. We're not going to start with rail. Rail's going to be over here. We've got a big highway loop going around here, though. That's really nice. That's going to be pretty good for a lot of traffic flow, and of course we've got everything up here. Because we're starting with everything unlocked, we can build highway right from the start, which might be handy. Now, I may, and of course we've got a little bit of money, I could buy some of these adjacent tiles as well, which we could do. For example, what we could do is, we could right from the beginning buy the tile to our left and run the highway sort of in a loop to there, right, and connect it up there, get more highway connections, encourage more people to use the highways. Rename it in the info. Ah, thank you very much. Twitch stream for the name. What did I say? I was going to say something. Rio Twitch. Rogue River. The Cult of Coffee. I do have my coffee. It's in early days. It's a very early day. Twitch by night. Alright, it's going to be the town of Twitch by night. I like it. Twitch by night. We might rename it a few more times, depending on what mood we're in at any given time. Yes, we can build bridges. We could go the other way around too, which actually might be a better idea because we've already got a connection nearby here. Why don't we go ahead and just bridge across to there? It's a little more expensive, but would look nice. Now, we don't have to do it right away, although, what the hell? Let's purchase that tile. Okay, let's pop down here. This first area just has to be sort of like, just has to be functional to start off with. So we're not necessarily going to plot and plan that many things about our layout, although we would like it to be good. I'm worried about spending too much money on the highway bridge right from the start. Let's just get an idea of how much it might cost, just ballpark. It's not impossible, but it's not necessarily the ideal amount. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just stop short of the water and then we'll bridge it later. Alright, still come at a nice sort of angle like this and then just sort of stop here. Bridges are expensive, plus just more length of highway is expensive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the next bit here as well. It'll of course be going in the wrong direction, but as of whatever patch it was, I missed a sub. Who is that? Bukas with the resub. Thank you very much. 12 months in a row. We'll do something like that, and then we just invert it by grabbing the upgrade tool and right-clicking, and we can flip the direction of this segment. I like doing it that way because it makes it a little easier to draw things sort of evenly. Got a little bit more spaced out over here, but that's actually not so bad. It gives us more room to drop pillars when we do overpasses, underpasses, that sort of thing. Oh, the resource map mode. Yeah, let's take a look at that right away. In our starting area, we have some very minor farming. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how important it is that it's, like, super rich or whatever, but, like, here's a really good farming spot, and there's less of one. Oh, one interesting to check out would be the land value map mode. You'll notice here, we've got really wickedly high land value along the coast. That is something that was added in the After Dark, well, the patch, not the expansion, I don't think. I think this is just a free feature that you'll just have. It used to be impossible or very difficult to get high land value along the water because it would be hard to overlap that many parks and things like that. But now they've made it so that literally your lakefront property, your waterfront property is worth a heck of a lot more, which is great. One of the questions I have, it would be where our sea connections are coming in from. Hopefully right over there we'll be able to build some harbors, and we can show off one of the new Harborino buildings. Okay. So that's fine. And so let's build our first little neighborhood right off of this. Okay, we'll build a simple little kind of a diamond exchange, I guess, and just peel off of this and build a little bit of a neighborhood with your standard bits and pieces. I think I like that. We'll come off here. I don't know if we'll do the big circly things. Maybe we should. Should we have all the streets be sort of circlish off here? It'll look like a big, like, Wi-Fi symbol. Or do we defy this curve and go with a square grid? And that's kind of interesting, too, because you can have a square grid sort of cut by these curves and giving you something a little bit more interesting. We could have sort of a main diagonal going off of there and then go with a bit of a more of a square grid. And again, break up the pattern as much as possible. Too much repetition is bad. Pausing, who cares about pausing? There's nothing happening right now. Oh, no, we are starting to lose money. You're right. I forgot I have roads now, so we're losing a tiny bit of money. The sun is setting. Everything is changing. Okay. Bump, bump, bump. My head isn't in front of anything important, though. Like one happy, sad face. None of it matters. People freak out way too much. Why are the roads sandy? They're not sandy. It's just the color. Especially right now in the dusk. But I think it has to do with the map theme. I don't have any color correction filters thrown on, so it's nothing like that. And there's definitely a haze. Like, it feels like there's a mist. Especially over the water here. And in these low bits. I think that's what's happening a lot. There's just, I mean, just a lot of fog on this map. Alright, let's start building. Vertical, horizontal grid cut by diagonals. Yeah, Andy, I think that's what I want to do. So, again, we'll start this really simple. We'll use a straight, just 2-lane. We're not even going to use the forested one at all. Just keep things pretty modest to start off with. And we might have to eyeball the diagonal. Because there's no straight bits to start. Well, that's not true. I could use a guide. So down here, these bits are straight, right? Which means I can do this, so I get a nice straight piece. And then let's stretch out something like this. We might bulldoze some of this later on, but that's okay. And then, can I get... No, that's right. I still can't calculate an exact 45 degree. Although I sort of can. Now, if I had the precision engineering tool, we do that. So we're going to waste a little bit of money on this road. But that's not too bad. But what I can do is something like this. And then we have a diagonal to the rest of our grid. I mean, I could have started in any direction, but I think this will look better. It'll be flush to the sides of the map, and that feels pretty good. So we're going to get rid of that. And this is going to be the bit that sort of connects up, but it's going to go... Yeah, we'll have to pull back a wee bit. There we go. Something like that. And then, okay, so we want us to go a little bit further. We want to build the sort of diamond exchange. I'm going to build some relatively long on and off ramps, which will be a little trickier with the curve here. What I want to do is something sort of out like this. Does make it difficult to convert to a cloverleaf later on. But it really helps to prevent a lot of traffic jams by having things relatively spaced out. And what I think we might do after is actually do something like split off a road from over here, go to a tunnel onto the other side. But they look nice when the on and off ramps are quite long. I don't have any mods to control whether there's any traffic lights, which is a little less than ideal for some of this, but it's not going to be too bad. Bring you to around here. It'd be nice if it ran a little bit more parallel to the road. There we go. And then we might have to stretch out the highway a little bit more. And maybe I'll just bring this in a little shorter. There we go. Just to make it look proper. And then same thing over here. Have it come out. And it's not going to be exactly parallel, but you won't. One of the nice advantages of having the curved road like this is you can't really tell as much if things don't come out and curve in exactly the same place. And again, relatively long run up, and it'll give us more options for plugging in other bits later on. And then come off of here, and then after that we'll make sure that all of our road directions are proper. Hopefully we're not spending too much money doing this. There we go. Direction is good. Direction is good and good and good. Okay. So one of the downsides of this design is if people want to get over here, what they have to do is they have to come off to the right here, go up to this intersection, and turn left. But by using this road style, at least we don't have any traffic lights, which does accelerate things a little bit. And we'll be adding either some over like passes to get to the other side, so like from here to there, or maybe tunnel. Tunnels look very cool. So we're using a lot of space for this, but that's going to be good. It'll give us lots of options later on for expansion. Okay, that's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue with this diagonal road for a bit. And we're going to try to... Well, we've just got to start building at this point. Let's do it. That triangle looked really cool. What triangle? Oh, this bit here. Well, I don't want to have an intersection too close to the on and off ramps. That's the issue there. We'll end up with a little bit more sort of triangle-y bits, though. Oh, this is the wrong road. I want this road type. We want to bring it out here. I'm going to leave one extra gap. That way we can fill it with trees or walking paths or something of that nature. There we are. Same thing here, because that could look really nice. Okay. And then we can continue it to the other side. Now, we might want to make just T-junctions as opposed to four-way stops, because four-way stops can generate a fair bit more traffic. But let's not over-engineer right now. We'll figure things out down the road. I also don't know if I want as many cross intersections. I could make these 3. I haven't really settled on the size here yet. Let's make them 3. Just cut down in the intersections just a wee bit. Is this... Oh, right, because the lengths aren't going to be exactly the same. Of course not. Okay, we can probably start laying some things down at this point. Let's make our industrial area, like, down here. So maybe we'll go ahead and draw an extra block for there. Something like that. We'll give it, one of those. I don't even know if we need to cut things in half. What we will need to do, though, is we will want to give our industrial area a connection to the outside world so that they can ship goods in and out faster. And with that in mind, I'm going to temporarily do this. Obviously, this can't stay around. But for now, that's going to be fine, and it'll be good for the industry. So what I want to do is something like this. There's a random on-ramp on the top left. Did I build an actual accidental on-ramp? Oh, this bit here, yeah, instead of being a road. Okay, and that there. Thank you. Because I knew, like, I had the wrong tool selected for a little bit, and I was like, I wonder if I built anything with it. There we are. Double-way road, double-way road. I think we're back on. All right. So this is going to be industry down here, and some commercial there, and then residential. Now, one thing is there tends to be a lot more demand for residential than the others. And the other thing is, with zoning this much, things might come in semi-randomly, and the power connection might actually not quite work out. Let me go ahead and zone like half of this stuff for now. Leave the residential in there, that's good. We'll have to figure out our power situation. Wind is nice, although this takes up coast, right? Where our high-value land might be, and we definitely don't want noise pollution there. We do have a hill here, and I think that'll be a great place for us to generate some wind power. Very good. I'm going to go sort of in the middle this way, and find an 8 megawatt spot right over there, and then we can connect some cable up. That's good. And then for water, how's our water flow? So we want to grab water from over here, and we want to output it over there. Connect those two up, and we'll have to run a bunch of power lines to get out there, but that's all right. If I do this, does it cover everything? Not quite. Would have been nice, but hey, what? Let's just align it to that road. That'll be fine. And then that road. Very little overlap. Very convenient to have some guidelines that way. So that's good. And then, yeah, the power situation. What I'm going to do is going to run a power line from here. Just clip the edge of this terrain so that it might be able to supply power to these guys. We'll use some water treatment plants, but not right away. Water treatment plants are much, much more expensive. So we're going to start with this. Okay, let's unpause. We will need fire and police very quickly. And hospitals. So we might go ahead and just put that down right away. We'll see. Did I zone? I did. Yeah, you guys should pop in. I'm connected to the outside world. People can come in here. Well, they can definitely come in that way. Oh, there we go. We've got some traffic. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm like, why aren't people moving in? There we go. House is being built. Now people will move into those houses. And then I will run a temporary power line to right there to make sure this area is empowered. And then as we grow the city, they'll become less of a thing. And here we go! It is nighttime. Look at the beautiful lights. A little bit of a haze in the air around the light bulbs. Very, very nice. I do like it. Hopefully it's bright enough for Twitch. Let me know if it's too dark. And then I can adjust the game capture in OBS. As far as I can tell, you cannot adjust... You can turn the nighttime on and off. Right here. Right? You can stop using the day-night cycle. Although that would also impact some of the gameplay features, right? I'd like if you could sort of embrighten the night. There's a bit of a flashlight effect around your mouse, but it's pretty small. The poop won't flow to the pump. The river's going the other way. And it shouldn't backflow that much. Have lights in areas without power. I don't know, I guess a different power to the power grid. Sure, something like that makes sense. They're just running the local lines for that, not the higher KV lines needed to power, you know, an area. So we'll run another power line over here, make sure the industry is up and running, like so. Good, all right. Currently losing some money. We'll also lose a bit more as soon as we put in our fire and police, which I'm actually going to go ahead and do now. We're going to go fire, police. Thank you, police and crime. I'm not going to build a prison yet. We are going to want one, but we're going to hold off a little bit longer on that. I'll also get... I thought I turned all these pop-ups off. We'll also get our first healthcare thing. We'll hold off on the healthcare a little bit, since no one's going to die from old age quite yet. Okay, still filling in the last of these residential zones. I will need some more residential zoning relatively quick. But we can wait a little bit longer for that. There we go. Oh, and already we need more power. That's how quickly the town is growing. Already demand for a little bit more wind. There we go. There was a bit of a sewer complaint there just because the sewage plant wasn't getting enough power to run that. Okay, people are going to keep coming in. There we go. Got a bit of a tick of residential requirements. Now, there's already some over here, so they will keep growing. But we are going to zone some more very, very soon here. Now, at some point, we might upgrade this to an avenue or even like a 6-lane avenue. But for now, we can avoid it. Plus, there's no traffic lights like this, which that's good. And this thing here, obviously, is not going to stick around. But for now, it's going to be fine. There's not that much volume of traffic. Plus, this keeps the heavy trucks away from the residential area. So, bonus. Does the power consumption pattern change at night? No power consumed by industries, more by houses and roads? I don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't remember seeing that anywhere, so I assume that they've just, you know, sort of hand-waved it as the consumption basically stays the same throughout. Because, yeah, at night there's less industry going, but you're getting more lights, maybe more heating. I don't know. It might be a little screwy, like a little, it feels weird that like your power is fine at one point in the day and then not fine suddenly at another point. So we may as well just average it out. Maybe we're saving things in huge capacitors. Could happen. Okay, current houses are still there. People are still coming in, which, as to be expected. Still some houses to go in. Doesn't make sense to start another zone quite yet. We are losing money, but that's to be expected. We have more services than we have people, by far. Now, I probably will do some more changeroos here. Maybe cut back on the intersections that are actually on this this artery sort of road. This would be the artery road, right? Again, we need more power. The city is growing so fast. Luckily, wind power is very cost efficient. Very cost efficient. We should be good on water. Yeah. Yeah, continuing to grow. Gotta wait for this power to kick in. There we are. Yeah, I think we might do that right away. Our pattern will start to be a little bit more like that. Just give us a little bit more room that way, and then rezone. Let me use the marquee tool over here and rezone that. And we'll try to come up with like this better set of rules for some of these things soon, but this will work out okay. A little bit of commercial demand, which is nice to see. What we'll do, so we'll go and cancel that and that bit. Actually, I don't want to put the commercial on this bit here because it'll be hard for people to sort of turn around. I guess they can U-turn at these intersections. Not entirely good for our town, though. Yeah, so let's hold off on that. Instead, we'll just put in some more commercial like that. That'll be okay. All right, and let's go ahead and extend our blocks out a bit for more residential space. We're going to start going up this hill, which is oh so exciting. That. And here, I'm going to just stop short. Something like that. And it'll be nice to get rid of these power lines at some point. And let's just dump in some more residential. There's not a huge demand for it, but the city's continuing to grow. It's still just filling up some of the other bits. We could accelerate things a fair bit, I think, if we did put down an elementary school. Trying to find what would be a good spot for it that doesn't screw things up too badly. I guess we'll do that. There we go. That'll cover a lot of other housing over here later on. It should be good on power. Okay, I turned off these pop-ups. Isn't that this show in-game pop-up guide? There we go. Maybe I have to turn off each one for each category. There we go. That's probably what's going on. Because what I did is I actually did a clean install of the game. I uninstalled everything and reinstalled it all, just to make sure that everything was 100% there and no mods were screwing anything up. So, power situation, still currently fine. Good. School in place, people moving into the city. We're actually making positive money already, which is sort of surprising to me. We only have 700 people, and we have a lot of services running. I can start to get rid of some of these power lines, which are A, ugly, and B, I think cost a little bit of maintenance. And then as these neighborhoods continue to fill in, we'll be okay. Oh no, you're missing some water over there? Usually wouldn't be a problem because you don't usually get a one-tile house. We're probably going to go ahead and dezone that at some point and replace it entirely with maybe just trees or something pretty like that. Ooh, that is not straight. Oh well, it'll just have to be. Garbage collection. I forgot about garbage. Whoa, yes. We'll start with an incinerator right away. And I suppose there's no reason not to put it right in the middle of the industrial area.